Jocelyn Hernandez has been in the news quite a bit this last week. Earlier, social media was sizzling over the viral altercation between her and ex-video vixen model Amber Rose after a heated argument about Amber's biracial issues on season 2 of College Hill on BET. Jocelyn is also currently filming for the 4th season of Jocelyn's Cabaret on Zeus Network after an explosive and controversial reunion for season 3 that allegedly led to a very complicated lawsuit. She just recently hosted the auditions in New York for season 4, where during her performance, she openly admitted that it was her first time performing sober.
First time in my 12 years of performing that I've been on stage sober with just some vodka. I don't know if I was always so scared to do without it because it was like my shield, but it's like I feel so much better without it. And I really give you my all, my 100% me. And guess what? This is not about that fuck all that. I'm gonna still be jiggle with it, you know what I'm saying? Bye.
Now, all of this was kind of normal activities for Jocelyn, Miss Jocelyn Hernandez. However, she has found herself behind bars with multiple counts of battery after a long-time beef with a contestant of season 2's Cabaret finally came to blows. And most of the brawl was caught on camera. This is the beef between Jocelyn and Big Lex explained. Alexis, aka Big Lex, found virality after showcasing her very loud, opinionated, and sometimes humorous personality on season 2 of Jocelyn's Cabaret on the Zeus Network. She is mostly known for
double homicide
and also ripping off a girl's lace front wig and sticking it into the crotch of her clothing at the time. Lex is one of Zeus's earlier talents that put the network on the social media map, as the streaming platform had only launched about 3 years prior to season 2 of the Cabaret. During the show, which had women from ages of about 22 to even 36 competing to win a spot on Jocelyn's official Cabaret, Lex was very determined to get put on and earn her spot. She never allowed anyone to insult her, and when it came to someone disrespecting Jocelyn, she wasn't having it.
Big Lex don't play when it comes to Jocelyn. She loves Jocelyn, and she ain't never gonna let you disrespect Jocelyn.
Working with Jocelyn was great. She really helped me out being like a strong person, also to be a little bit more sensitive. She's a big inspiration to me, and I really love her.
At one point, she even got into a physical altercation with one of the castmates, whom Jocelyn felt was being disrespectful by coughing while she was talking. And this just so happened to be the same victim of
double homicide.
But somewhere between the time that the season finished airing and the reunion, things went left between Jocelyn and Big Lex. Immediately upon entering the stage of the reunion for season 2, Jocelyn let it be known that the women sitting on the right side, including Lex, were her haters. Jocelyn said that at the time of the show airing, these women were talking mess about her online, and she felt that it was very disrespectful, as she was just attempting to give these women who came from a rough spot an opportunity to do something with themselves. But even at some point in the reunion, Jocelyn does cool off and even calmly asks Lex a question, to which Lex calmly responded. It seemed that even though there was tension, it was something that would likely get resolved by the end of the reunion, but that wasn't the case. At some point, Jocelyn begins to call out a separate castmate for being fake, and Lex decides to chime in. And now here we are with Lex and Jocelyn arguing again. Their argument slowly starts to burn down to the point of taking off, fueled by Jocelyn's fiance Ballistic, who had a supporting role in the show. Ballistic begins to speak to Lex, but then gets extremely angry that Lex isn't just allowing him to talk to her in any kind of way, to where now he's yelling aggressively. Of course, Jocelyn being Jocelyn, she's going to feed off the energy of her current beefcake, so she decides to lunge a candelabra at Lex. Lex begins to be removed from the set, and Ballistic almost seems to follow after her. Lex was allowed to come back shortly to the set to say her final words, but this will be the last time we saw Lex on Zeus Network. After her time on Zeus in the Cabaret, Lex, who was also a rapper, teamed up with her on-again, off-again boo, partner, whatever their title is, to start her own show. Initially, there were talks of her having a show that followed her around while trying to make it big as a female rapper. However, her boo, whose name is Tilo, actually ended up creating his own network called Now That's TV, in which Lex decided to go with another show idea where multiple women lived in a house together for a couple of weeks and competed with each other to see who is the baddest. The winner would win $10,000 and the show would be called Big Lex Baddie Collection. Now, Lex may not like this, but during her time at the Now That's TV network, she has been compared to Jocelyn numerous of times, being that she has somewhat of a similar show, had production credits on other shows, and also has a few of her own beefs with her own cast, which we will get into later. So, as Now That's TV is buzzing and gaining traction, the beef between Jocelyn and Lex only grew deeper. In late 2021, the same year that her season of The Cabaret aired, Lex took to social media to explain her side. Before I show you this clip though, I will say that Lex has a way of talking over and around the point, so I will be summarizing what she said afterwards as well as inserting another clip soon after. So remember, it's not just you. She does beat around the bush and all the way down the block.
Okay, this question says, so if you don't like Jocelyn, why you run up on Aqua? Because at the time, you feel me, I didn't know that the lady had like deep-rooted jealousy or anything like that. Like, she didn't like make that a thing until the receipts that's in my phone. You feel me? So it was like the whole time I was on the show, like, she was like, oh, we cool, blase, in the house chilling, camera off, one hand on neck, one hand on frontal. Like, it was all good. And at the reunion, I was like, why you being weird to me? She didn't have a fucking answer. But like I said, y'all, as y'all know, we did a show or whatever, we did the reunion, whatever. This lady can't stop. She can't stop, like I don't know what it is, like, about her. Like, she just be, like, crazy, like, randomly texting people, like, saying, gang, gang, bitch. Be saying, like, weird-ass shit and stuff like that. Like, whole time, I'm really not throwing nobody underneath the bus because, like, it really don't even matter at this point. But the whole time, she just texts Lucky some crazy-ass shit. Like, girl, if you don't fuck with nobody and nobody coming back from season 3, if none of the girls from season 2 is gonna be on season 3, why is you harassing us? Because see, I don't got to lie. I don't got to lie about no. I don't gotta lie about no bitch. I don't gotta lie about no want me. I don't gotta lie about none of that shit. Like, girl, please. Not only is she jealous, like, she jealous of what bitches doing or what bitches got or what bitches is trying to do. You also, like, be crazy over ballistic, like somebody want that man. She kept saying the whole time in the house, like, oh, stay off his dick, blase, blase, blase. Girl, don't nobody want that man funky balls? You been sliding your taco up and down that motherfucker all motherfucker day and night, and you want us to come fuck it behind you? No, thank you. And y'all, when I said that Jocelyn smelled like onion, she smelled like, you know, like if a girl have sex and don't wash after the sex, she just be fucking and then go and start doing a routine. That funky smell, like that funky sex smell, like that's what she smelled like. She had a funky sex smell. And it was like, ugh, because it's like, girl, just wash your ass. All that was the funk coming from, it was the funk coming from Otis. Okay, so y'all, let me bring y'all way back. So y'all remember when Boss Tay put her booty cheeks on the desk and he was like a little stinkers or whatever, right? So the shit came out or whatever, and I'm like, still me, I'm trying to be like, promoting this hoe and promoting the damn show and all this stuff, you know, because clickbait is what gets it. You feel me? Like, people love clickbait and people love the suspense and people love, you know, they just love to see what's coming up new. So I was fucking keeping on with the shit, right? So I'm like, oh, Ballistic. When BRAWLS did that and the clip came out, I was like, Ballistic must be free game or something like that. So I guess the hoe really felt like that I wanted Ballistic. Okay, y'all, so this is what she said. Not this text message. These text messages right here. From Jocelyn. Okay? She said, so now you're talking about Ballistic on your page? And I'm like, girl, when I first seen that, I was like, girl, here you go. Nobody wants Otis' ass. I promise you, nobody. Airline, receiving, you know, Jocelyn bought all his clothes. Only thing they do is sit around and make beats with her and roll the dice and throw them hoes, and they just hope they get a good song. You feel me? Nobody wants that man. Chain flat as hell. Diamonds tweaking like a bitch. Diamonds wasn't blinging. The bitch was like, my diamonds was hitting harder than the chain was not hitting at all. So see what she was like, you talking about Ballistic on your page? And she was like, oh yeah. She was like, now we got a problem. It's on site. So I'm like, it's on site. It's on site about Otis? It's on site about Otis. You want to fight me about Otis because I post on my Instagram that he must be free game. And bitch, I'm trying to keep the show rolling. I'm trying to keep the show rolling, keep the shit in suspense. But now you mad at me because you don't know how to handle business. That's just a business move. You feel me? That get the people going. You feel me? Like, you want to fight over Ballistic, but the whole time in the house, Ballistic was looking at everybody's. Why would you have him in the house in the first place? Why? He ain't cute. He ugly. His feet dirty. Nah, it's fine. I don't know nothing about that man like that. But I'm just saying, like, nobody wants him. Here it go, okay.
So in other words, Lex was saying that when the cameras turned off during filming, Jocelyn was cool and that Lex was receiving a lot of love from her. And she kind of hinted that it may have been different types of love by her reference to a popular meme at the time, which is why she was so quick to fight that one castmate for Jocelyn. However, after filming and as the show was airing or about to air, Lex decided to share a clip of another castmate named Boss Tech coming into Ballistic's office and sitting on his desk with the caption, I guess Ballistic for everybody. Lex says it was just a joke to raise suspense about the season, promote the show, and get people to watch, not because she wants Ballistic, but Jocelyn felt like Lex was talking mess about her man and texted her that it was on site when she saw her. Lex says Jocelyn couldn't see it for what it was because she's insecure, and also because when she would do cola, it would make her have random spurts of anger. So therefore, when they finally got to the reunion, Lex felt like there was no real beef, but Jocelyn had all the energy. Now around this time, Lex put out a diss song to Jocelyn. In the song, she spoke of going out to Miami, looking for Jocelyn to fight her and stomp her out, as well as took jabs at Ballistic. A few months later, season 3 of Jocelyn's Cabaret aired, and as stated, it was the most controversial yet. Due to Jocelyn's behavior, Ballistic allegedly putting his hands on a cast member, Amber, and then Amber attempting to sue Jocelyn, Ballistic, and Zeus as a whole. So a lot of the women from previous seasons spoke up about the state of the show, and when Lex had an interviewer ask her to speak on her experience and her opinion, this is what she had to say.
I didn't get any of that energy that Amber got into the reunion. Okay, so it's reunion day. Get to the reunion, and I'm in the dressing room with like a few of the other girls, and we get called out into the hallway like 20 minutes before the actual filming of the reunion. And Jocelyn comes up there, and they're like, we're having a meeting. So called into the hallway, and it's like 6 security guards, like big ass security guards, and then here comes Jocelyn running around the corner like up. Like
she was high?
She was high as hell. Her eyes,
so she was high on the reunion show.
she was high as hell. Her eyes was all, her pupils was all small, and her nose was like super sweaty. And she was like, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You bitches get out there. That's how she was looking. She was looking crazy as fuck. She's like, any of you bitches get out there. Y'all say anything about me. Y'all do anything like that. It's going down. So I'm like, we all looking at her like, what the like, why the hell is she acting like? Because there was like, oh, I guess she was mad. Let me back it up. Just it's not long. She was mad because I had posted a clip on Instagram about when Boss Tech had sat on the desk in front of Ballistic, and I was like, oh, I guess Ballistic is free game or whatever. But I just said it like that. But
it was a joke.
Yeah, it was like a joke, and like to get people to subscribe and see what really happened. You know, really, I'm doing you a favor for making the whole thing, you know, just, you know, like, oh, maybe she's trying to fuck with Ballistic, maybe she's not. But Jocelyn got butthurt behind that, and I guess she felt like I wanted Ballistic or something. But like, I don't want the old man. I never wanted the old man.
Did Ballistic shoot his shot at you though?
Ballistic was very flirty. He's a very.
You can be honest. You know, you're talking to the homie now. You can be honest. Did Ballistic shoot? Did he want the panty droppers? What's up?
He wanted the cheeks for sure. He definitely wanted the cheeks.
And Jocelyn didn't like that.
Yeah, and I think Jocelyn peeped that throughout the whole thing. But it's like, girl, I don't want Ballistic. You know, like I can't do nothing with that old man. You know, and honestly, you ask yourself, what the fuck is he doing for Jocelyn? You know, like producing music. I can get on the keyboard and produce the music for her if she really wanted it. But whatever, she got mad because she thought I wanted Ballistic and Ballistic wanted me. So what she had when I was on season 2, she had hella security. It was a security thing. Like the security wasn't going to allow anybody to get to her, and of course Ballistic was going to be ballistic about it. And he clearly likes beating on girls. He is a woman beater.
This is not the first time this has happened. So Ballistic been putting his hand on bitches.
Ballistic, if y'all go watch the marriage boot camp with Ballistic and Jocelyn in it, I didn't watch it, but from the little previews that I seen, he was very aggressive towards her. You know, he gave me numerous amounts of times where I was afraid for Jocelyn because I thought when the cameras cut off, he was going to go and hit her.
So what happened today with Amber is really not a surprise to you.
It really isn't. It's not a surprise coming from Jocelyn, and it's not a surprise coming from Ballistic either. But I'm going to tell everybody how you beat Jocelyn. This is how you beat Jocelyn.
Tell us.
You gotta do. You gotta get amped up with. You gotta be on the same amount of that she's on at the time that she wants to battle, because you know, like crackheads and people, they don't feel no pain. Jocelyn's always had this like little, she's a pimp thing. So I think she really honestly thinks in her head that she has the right to talk to people like this, and I guess her ego has been boosted up, like she can't be stopped, or you know, she can talk to anybody because y'all want to be with Jocelyn. I don't want to be with y'all type thing. And it's like, girl, you're mistaking wanting to support you as a woman and supporting you doing something with just wanting to be picked out or want the clout from you. She doesn't understand when people genuinely support her, because she doesn't honestly give a fuck. As long as you come and do what you're supposed to do, after that she's done with you. And it's like, that's why you can't let her do that. And I applaud everybody who stands on it with Jocelyn, because Jocelyn ain't nobody's mama. She's the only person that Jocelyn gave birth to was Bonnie Bella.
Yeah.
You know? And she got Bonnie Bella taken away from her numerous amounts of time, going back and forth to court and stuff like that, because she can't even control her own stuff around her child. What makes you think she can control herself around a bunch of other girls that isn't her child? She can't even keep it right with her child.
So now at this point, Lex has brought up Jocelyn's custody situation and brought her child's business into their beef. And we know how that usually goes. So, of course, it doesn't sit well with Jocelyn, but especially because Lex has been, quote unquote, exposed multiple times for secretly having her own 2 children whom she allegedly don't take care of. Now, Jocelyn did bring this up during their reunion, but also some of the ladies from Lex's own show, Baddie Collection, got together to gather information about Lex's children and release the information online.
Since you want to keep being funny, Miss I ain't got no kids, you got a son and a daughter, go take care of little Hendrix. How about that?
Isn't this your daughter and your son? They look just like you, Ma. Hold on, let's keep going. Isn't this your daughter and your son? Oh, hold on, wait. Look just like you. Those are your twins. It's your son. How you gonna say you don't have no kids? You literally just 10 minutes ago was on live saying you have no kids. What are these? What are these? What are these?
She said, what kid? Y'all keep talking about a kid. Isn't tomorrow Malaysia's birthday? Isn't Malaysia your daughter? Girl, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Let me go ahead, go back under my covers and mind my business.
Now, remember those parallels and comparisons I mentioned earlier? There are a few. Just like Jocelyn was initially upset with Lex about posting Ballistic, just like a lot of Jocelyn's own cast turned on her, just like some outside people have varying opinions of the way Jocelyn ran her show, the same thing has happened to Lex. Big Lex has had at least 2 altercations with 2 different women, supposedly involving her man who isn't her man but is her man, but maybe not really. There is a girl named Ari from both season 1 and 2 of Lex's Baddie Collection who was said to have had relations with Tilo. They refer to him as Mr. Owner. At the end of the reunion for season 2, apparently a physical altercation was omitted between Lex and Ari, who seemingly had issues due to said relations.
So basically how all of this started, Big Lex Baddie Collection reunion was filmed a couple days ago. There were a couple fights, and allegedly one of them was Big Lex punching Ari in the face because she was messing with Big Lex's man. So she posted a DM between her and Big Lex, and it says, "Hey, good morning, girl. Happy Thanksgiving. I just wanted to say I hope that you don't feel away about anything because I sure don't, and nothing was like that. I keep everything 100. If I had known anything was beyond friendship, I would have never even accepted anything from that person. But I hope we're okay because at the end of the day, I F with you, and you always made that very clear." Big Lex says, "Hey, happy Thanksgiving, baby. No, it's not a problem, Ari. I just been chilling and working. I F with you too. It was definitely a misunderstanding." She says, "Okay, well, I'm glad to know that because as I said, I F with you the long way, and I just wanted to get that off my chest at least." Big Lex says, "Of course, we're good." After she posts that, she says, "Fake A was going to sneak me." So the man that Big Lex is mad over is the CEO or producer of Now That's TV. His name is Tilo.
Relax. Relax. They ain't hurt. Relax.
I'ma just put it out there. I was Tilo's ex, like, most recently. Like, me and him was together for like 2 years. And Lex came out of nowhere and he started managing her because he wanted to flip his money, okay? They was never together. There was never no relationship. He f***ed her a couple times and she got delusional. She got obsessed with me because he wanted me. That's not the first person who said that. She all of a sudden started f***ing with Tilo behind my back and all of a sudden got obsessed with me. Real tea. Weird. She's obsessed with him. He don't claim her. He don't even want no ties saying that he her or fuck with her. She's delusional in the head. And that's why I don't fuck with him. I would never fuck with him again. He's weird. If y'all put two and two together, y'all gonna see. He don't claim that girl. She's delusional. He don't even follow her on Instagram. Now That's TV don't even follow her on Instagram. Tilo don't even follow her on Instagram. She's delusional. And them poor little kids that she got, where they at? Every holiday, you don't ever see her post them. She done made and rubbed off on her fans and made her fans delusional. Now her fans be like, oh no, she don't got no kids. Go on Facebook, go to Hendricks' Facebook page, you're going to see her daughter and her son.
The second woman, Lauren, said that she had been having relations with Mr. Owner and he put her on a show on the network called Deja Vu. She claims she was not aware that he was having any other dealings with any other women, but that 2 of the cast members on the show were friends with Lex. At one point in the house, Lauren was asleep and one of those 2 friends asked her to borrow her phone to make a call or something because her phone was dead. Lauren agreed but fell back asleep, and while she was sleeping, they went through her phone and alerted Lex that she was indeed having dealings with Mr. Owner. Lex then, allegedly, came to the house attempting to fight Lauren, resulting in Lauren having to be removed from the house and the show.
And I felt very disrespected when I came to the show because I didn't know nobody. So let's start. So I was already dealing with him. The show, but on.
You were dealing with who? Tilo?
Yes. I swear I didn't know nothing about him with Lex. I never watched, and he knows this. I wasn't even subscribed to Natas TV. I still don't watch the girl's show. I only watch the show that I'm on. Okay? I don't know her. I don't know nothing about him. Basically, long story short, he remembered me from LA when he used to have a magazine. So, we started talking again, hanging out, whatever. I do the show. When I came, like I said, from my understanding, he's a single man. We each other tough. He only with me. I'm doing this show because I want you to, expand your horizon other than stripping. See how this goes. So I'm going to put you on this show. I think it'll be a good look for you. I don't know Michelle. I don't know Judy. I don't know nobody. So I don't know, every day after filming, I was leaving and I was going to the Airbnb with him. I mean, but this is normal. We was doing like this before the show, So, I guess it was a pattern. I guess everybody's more paying attention to me, but I was there. I don't know. So they're paying more attention. I'm not, because I'm not under the impression that he with anybody so I don't know. This is the last day. I guess they seen, like she said, I got back, I'm tired. Michelle like, Lauren, let me see your phone, because my phone, she was like, I can't find it, and I need to call it. I'm like, I literally just got back. I'm tired, I'm finna just give me an hour nap before we gotta film. So I unlocked my phone, I handed it to her. I fall back and sleep, dude. All I know is I wake up to my phone ringing by my head. It's Mr. Owner. After that, I hear commotion. My room is all the way upstairs in the corner. I hear commotion. I remind you, I still don't know nothing about him with this girl, whatever the fuck. I just hear commotion, where that bitch at? I'm ignoring it. So then the dark-skinned dude, he come in the room you gotta stay in here because she down there trying to fight you. I'm like, ooh.
Who down there trying to fight you?
Lex. Trying to fight. You don't know me from a can of paint. So we have
your phone.
Call her she seen the Ubers. She went through my phone. She seen the Ubers he was sending me. Their impact. The conversation. So I'm like, wait, fight who? Me? He like, yeah, you can't go out. You can't go down there. She's trying to fight you.
Later on the reunion for Deja Vu, Lauren ended up having a physical fight with one of said friends. Many of the cast members of Lex's show are no longer cool with her, and specifically the winner of the first season, as well as Lex hosted a Baddies Olympics to scout these self-proclaimed baddies for her show, but received a lot of negative feedback, and one person who attended the Olympics claimed that one of the obstacles to make it to the next round was a coochie sniff check.
Then I see another challenge happen. They start doing a cipher. Now bitches is up there talking about each other. He's like, yeah, we're doing a cipher. Y'all gotta talk about each other. Let's go. And one girl get on there and was like, listen, we awesome boss bitches. There's some pretty bitches in here. And I'm not here to degrade nobody, this and that. And then the dude took the mic and was like, that's all fine and dandy, but this is a game, it's a challenge, and if you want that 5K, you better do what it takes to win it. Then it goes from that challenge to a check challenge. So this is so fucking Huckleberry is smelling bitches. I want to see if your smell good or not. Check.
I wouldn't put Lex and Jocelyn in the same category as far as personality, but it seems like a lot of issues that Jocelyn is having, so is Lex. So this entire beef and what it started over is ironic to say the least. Moving back over to our main timeline, Lex continued to speak about how she'll go to Miami and pull up on Jocelyn in early 2022.
I was in Miami, all up in Miami, you know, taking over a bitch city. I wanted the bitch to pop out, but of course, that's what I'm saying. Everybody, people pick and choose their fights. If I could say one thing to Jocelyn, I would say pull up. Let me pull up. I got a for her. I got security for her security, and I just want I want to show her how I feel to really get her ass beat by a bitch that's really gonna beat your ass out here. I support what she thought she wanted to do, you know, and I don't. I'm not downing her, but it's like, come get your ass whooped by a bitch that really like to fight. Come get your ass beat by a bitch that's really gonna beat you up.
Jocelyn don't understand her position. You feel me? She doesn't understand she's a host. She be getting in her feelings too much about shit. You gotta keep your feelings out of stuff. But I be in Miami all the time, and I be ready to pull up on this bitch on a ski boat, like
on Jocelyn,
on a jet ski, like yeah. Like, because I supported what she thought she had going on, but it's like at a certain point in time, it's like, damn, like, you ain't gotta do all that. Like, this should stay ahead of shit instead of mixing herself into the drama. You know, she got a long line of acting goofy, so I wish she just stopped that or come get her ass beat by me.
Now coming into 2023, Zeus has began to film events for Floyd Mayweather, with the first being back in February in London. Lex was invited to this event and in attendance. So now in June, Zeus hosted and filmed another event for Floyd in which Lex attended. But this time, the event was very close to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where Jocelyn is from, and Jocelyn was there as well. These two women crossed paths, resulting in a full-on brawl. There are several clips circulating, which will be linked below, but the main clip shows Lex and Jocelyn fully going at it. Jocelyn is getting the best of Lex to where Lex is forced to sit down, and luckily for that time, there's something for her to sit down on. You can tell they had already been going at it for a minute, and then a woman named Melissa Scott jumps into the fight and begins hitting Lex. Now, Melissa was Jocelyn's castmate on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and funny enough, Melissa and Jocelyn were friends on the show. When she first arrived on the show, Melissa seemed to be even closer to Mimi, who is Stevie's other baby mama. The three of them, Mimi, Jocelyn, and Stevie, feuded and funked their way through 7 seasons of the show. But now Melissa and Jocelyn are very close, and Melissa has made an appearance in season 2 of Jocelyn's Cabaret. At one point in the brawl, Jocelyn is going on a rampage. She's hitting on people trying to break up the fight, and at one point she mushes a woman who may not necessarily have a connection to any of this. The woman then throws her drink on Jocelyn, and Melissa goes full force on this lady who tried to run away. Melissa's comments on Instagram are currently in all types of shambles, as they should be. But moving back to our main characters, the fight between these two comes to a pause when Ballistic manages to break them up, but then he begins aggressively yelling at Lex, calling her out her name, while she seems to be in a daze. And the thing about it is that I find weird about this situation, possibly even a little scary, is that nobody seems to be able to feel comfortable trying to step in to break this fight up, because if they do, then either Jocelyn starts to attack them, or Ballistic just isn't allowing anyone to get close to Jocelyn at all. Eventually, someone does walk up and carry Lex away. Her breasts are full on exposed, wig is missing with some marks on her face, but Jocelyn catches back up with her and knocks her to the ground. People do get in between them, but Jocelyn finds her way back in to kick this girl seemingly in the head. And it all ends with Lex just finally breaking free and walking away. Jocelyn was arrested on multiple accounts, 2 pertaining to battery and 1 pertaining to resisting an arrest. But she was released hours later, and no one has made any direct comments on this situation other than...
Do you have an emergency?
Yeah, I do. I just got jumped at the TNT fight, the Floyd fight.
Okay, where did that happen?
That happened at the FLA arena. I had to get away. They beat me real bad.
Okay, do you need a paramedic?
I just need a police officer. I want to press charges, file a police report. What's the address here? The address is 13605 West Sunrise Boulevard.
Okay. Are you at a business?
Yeah. No, I'm at the Shell gas station.
You're at the Shell? Okay. And how long ago did this happen?
It just happened maybe 10 minutes ago, 10, 15 minutes ago.
Okay. Do you know these people?
Yeah, I know everybody who dumped me.
Now, in my opinion, I think the both of these women are entertaining. So I do like things about them as far as entertainment goes. But for Jocelyn, we already know she has some very rooted issues. And it's like she's two different people. And this is one of those instances where she could very well have not been sober, because it's not just about Lex. Okay, y'all have beef, y'all have personal issues, and it was on site, on some street stuff. Okay, but Jocelyn was full out raging on any and everybody. People who seem to just be randoms, and that's not normal. It's crazy because it's like people do like her. And after her latest stint with Amber on College Hill, a lot of people were on Jocelyn's side. But stories like this is what turns people off. And at the end of the day, when she goes home, she does have a young daughter looking up to her. A lot of people feel like Jocelyn was kind of supposed to be the original Cardi B. And I'm using that comparison lightly, so don't start. But she couldn't really take off because she allowed her drawbacks and where she came from to keep her in a certain mindset. On the other hand, Lex is someone who we don't know too much about because she is very private. I won't say she's as hostile as Jocelyn, even though she does have her moments. And I can give her props for trying to climb up the production and reality TV ladder and trying to get in more of a boss lady mode. But even that kind of falls short when you're trying to fight some of these other women who are a part of the network you helped create over the owner at that. Both of these women have wild stories pertaining to their children. Both of these women have issues with the talent from their shows over their men. And both of these women have immense negative criticism from the cast of their own shows. So in reality, at the end of the day, both of these women have more in common than they probably realize. And y'all know the Cabaret season 4 is still on. Ain't nothing stopping the Zeus show, clearly. As I said, Jocelyn was soon released after booking, and some sources are even saying that her record of booking is no longer even there. As far as the fight goes, both these women have done wrong unto each other in different ways, especially with both bringing up each other's kids. But in all, you can't be walking around talking about you always in somebody's base, looking for them to stomp them out, and you know what type of person this is. Then when you finally cross paths with this person in their neck of the woods, now you caught up by yourself and getting your ass whooped. Even without Melissa jumping in, Jocelyn had already beat this girl up at that point. My thing is, where was your sister? Where was your friend? There should be no reason why Big Lex is over there by herself around Jocelyn's entourage. These are questions that I hope we get an answer to soon. I want to know what you all have to say about this beef now that it has been explained. That's all I have for today, and I'll see you in the next video.